All right, boys, you ready to start this shit off?
Another week, another dollar.
I don't think I'm ever going to make it that first minute without cussing.
Today we have our first guest.
Yes, we got Jamie with us today.
Hello.
He's the one that made up the outro music for all these videos.
He made it up and we recorded it. And yeah, every episode.
We sat there for like 30 minutes trying to figure out what we wanted.
Yeah, it took a while.
I like it because it's nice and simple. So
yeah, it's not too complicated and it's not copyrighted, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, until he copyrights us, we have to pay him.
That's a good point.
Off the dome.
Yeah. Be careful because you're number one in the will. So
I gotta watch out.
Oh, lordy.
So are you excited for being on your first episode?
Yes, I have been wanting to do it.
You got any topics in mind you want to bring up?
But maybe a few. Not really anything scripted though.
Well, none of it's scripted, but yeah.
But
I know you, Dad, you wanted to bring up, like, people need to, if they have feedback, need to comment it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if there's any feedback, good or bad, we really don't care. But it'd be nice to hear what I usually hear good things, about like, hey, you guys are funny and stuff like that. And I enjoy that. But I know there's some things that we need to work on, like especially like uhs and ums. And sometimes I gargle whenever I talk or mumble.
Yeah.
So,
well, YouTube has a comment thing, so if there's any feedback, throw it on YouTube comments.
The number one feedback that I've gotten so far is apparently we need to order more than just a couple hats. So,
yeah, I've gotten that a few times too.
Yeah. So I don't know.
The Campout podcast hats.
Yeah,
they actually look kind of dope. I made up like a little design for them, and they look pretty sweet. I mean, they're very, very simple.
Do you sell like campfire on them? Like one from
it just says the Campout and has like just a really basic picture of a fire at the bottom. And it's a leather patch on a hat that you can get in black, navy blue, white, brown, green, whatever.
Yeah, I hate the really gaudy hats.
What do you mean?
Like, where they look bedazzled and all that shit, Like, I just never got into them, big, bold print and all flashy. No, I never liked those.
I've always preferred the real simple hats. Like that one I had from the local grain thing over here.
Yeah, Manimals.
Yeah. Well, they have I used to get their hats almost every time they had a new one.
Oh,
I used to pull in there and just get a hat.
They make the best hats.
Yeah, they do.
I love their hats so much. I still got my dad's last one right up there.
That's an old one.
Yeah. That's the last hat he ever got from Animals, so I kept it.
Yeah.
I think I've only wore hats for like over the course of my life, probably for like 2 months. That was whenever I shaved my head.
Yeah, you never wear hats.
Yeah.
Well, it's because you got longer hair than I've ever had in my entire life. Like, if you took all my haircuts and put them together, your hair's longer.
My hair's getting pretty long. I need to get a haircut soon.
Your hair does remind me of an old joke that my dad told me. And he was talking.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
He was talking about, this, there's a father and a son, and his son wanted a car, and he had really long hair, and the dad didn't like it. So he said, well, if you cut your hair, then I'll buy you a car. And, the kid just kind of, he's thinking about it a little bit and everything, but he also knew that his dad was a religious man. So he's like, oh, I got him now. And he goes, Dad, Jesus had long hair. And he goes, yeah, but he also walked everywhere he went. So,
Dad, how was your week?
It was good. I don't know. There was a whole ice storm that came in on Monday.
Yeah.
I still went into work, but we're pretty much shut down. So, since I went Monday, I didn't have to work yesterday, so it's kind of nice. But
are your eyes not so faulty anymore?
No, my eyes are good. Yeah,
I know last week we brought that up because it was very fresh.
Yeah,
you're not putting eye wash in them.
Yeah. My eyesight is back to shitty, where it's always been.
Just like the haircut.
Hey, dude, that hurts so much. Like, I went to go get my haircut yesterday,
Yeah.
and
Don't say where, so we don't
Yeah.
bash anyone. But
yeah, no, I mean, because you could tell she was new. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she was, young girl, and she asked what I wanted. Well, since I was 13 years old, it's always been the same thing, 3-blade fade. And so basically that means that they take a 3-inch blade or a 3-blade or whatever it is, and they take it up the side, and then they, up top, they scissor cut it to where it all blends in. So it's like a gradual thing. I don't know. It's something my mom made me get whenever I was 13, and I've had the same haircut ever since.
and it's a pretty nice haircut.
Yeah, I mean, it's like whatever, And well, she puts the 3-blade on, which is pretty normal, so I'm not really paying attention. And my phone vibrates, so I kind of look at my phone, just kind of eyeball down. And then as I'm looking up, like she's like dead center of my head. She just womp. I was like, oh shit. And I didn't say anything because like she would. I don't know. She got about 3 strokes into it, and you just see like the light bulb go. Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no! And
You look like you buzzed it like a week ago.
It does.
yeah, like I mean, like I want to write you guys like a speeding ticket or some kind of citation right now, so bad. Like
Yeah.
it's all in the haircut.
You give him a hat that tilts over his eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, they make these hats that, of course, it's a normal hat, but in the bill, there's a slit right as it comes to the actual cap part, and there's glasses like built into the hat, and you literally just push them down like it's a visor in a helmet, and the glasses are over your eyes, and you just flick them back up, just like a visor in a helmet. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Father's Day gift.
I almost bought it for you one year. I'm so serious.
As a country, we may have too much money. Like, I mean,
it was an all-American brand, so
well, I mean, I'm sure it was made in China or Taiwan or whatever, but
Yes,
it was America. But
who knows? It is. That's not something that that
I almost got it for you one year. I was like, man, he's never gonna wear it though, so I didn't.
well, it probably wouldn't be because of the glasses, probably because the hat was ugly.
Yeah,
Like if they had something where I could put that in a hat that I like,
that'd be really cool.
yeah.
So you
So
choose your glasses too.
Yeah,
yeah,
because you've worn the same glasses for like 10 years.
maybe we should
Just
have
different pairs of it.
We should go to the patent office real quick.
Yeah.
The patent, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's been new with you, Jamie?
Nothing really. Kind of just been doing the same thing for the past year and a half.
Which is
Just the
Nothing.
same thing over and over.
yeah.
You miss football?
I do. I miss football. I love football.
Yeah. Yeah. So you're working out for next year yet, or
Yeah. Is it working out during the week and then construction on the weekends
yeah?
should do the trick.
You got a goal in mind for football this year, like something you want to accomplish, or
Smack the dog out of someone. I don't really know what else to say.
that's always the fun part.
That's like the only part I do.
Yeah, I know you guys had a rough season last year, or this year, I guess. Or no, that'd be last year, right? Be
Last
23
year, yeah.
season, yeah. But you guys had like so many like shining bright moments,
Yeah.
where like Isaac, he's a really good runner, right? He was always like one block short. Like if it was just like one more block, he was going to break free.
He's really talented.
Yeah,
I love that
I
damn
wish it
kid.
wasn't his last year. It was a valuable player on the team,
yeah,
but there will be others.
yeah. Does he graduate this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is his senior year.
Yeah. Dang it, I'd like to see him run one more year.
Yeah, it'd be really nice.
Yeah.
If he goes to college, I'm gonna go watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell coach, let me be fullback. That way you get a running start, and then you just knock the dog shit out of a lot of people.
240 pounds, full sprint.
Yeah,
Well,
A hair in the wind.
that's right. Running
They
like a
made me-
majestic lion.
they made me and Clayton put our hair into like hair nets because last year Clayton kept getting his hair pulled.
Save it for the locker room, boys.
Oh my god, I never thought I'd hear hair pulling in football. But I mean, I see it in the NFL. The NFL
Yeah.
rule is that that's
Tackle
fair game.
anywhere, yeah.
Yeah,
I seen a video of a dude getting tackled in the NFL, and this one guy tackled the dude by the dreads and had a handful of dreads.
yeah. Oh, I couldn't imagine.
So I don't know if it was this past week or if it was the week before, but Jason Kelsey or Kels,
Hmm.
he retired.
Yeah,
You seen that?
in grand fashion.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, fucking jumped out there in the stand there at Buffalo,
Yeah.
shirt off.
And aren't the last playoff games today? If it's not today, it's this week. And I know it's I know the four it's four teams going
Yeah.
against each other.
Yeah, it's Chiefs and Ravens and
49ers and Lions.
Detroit. Yeah, I
I'm really
really
hoping.
want the Detroit Lions to go.
No.
Yeah, dude, because it's a bucket list thing. I had never seen them in my life make it to the Super Bowl, let alone win a playoff game. Like they've been horrible longer than I've been alive.
And they're going against Niners.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
and,
losing.
I mean, whoever wins, I don't care because I like the 49ers. I've always liked the 49ers. And I don't care what people say. Brock Purdy is legit. He's a legit fucking quarterback. So,
I never cared about the Lions, so I don't know anything about them.
yeah. I mean, and I assume you guys want the Chiefs to go, right?
No.
No. Wow.
I mean,
Well, I mean, kind of, but
Stand.
it's the default.
Yeah.
I really badly want to see Chiefs and Niners, but that's only because of I want the Niners to win.
Yeah.
But if that's not it, I want Ravens and Niners.
Chiefs and Niners would be a replay. Like,
Yeah.
because we've already done that Super Bowl.
The only reason I think it'd be kind of neat is because of Joe Montana, because he played on both.
Well, yeah.
I mean, briefly, but he played on Niners and
I remember
Chiefs.
how excited everybody was whenever we got Joe Montana and Marcus Allen. And like, oh, we're going to the Super Bowl. No.
No.
He got us to the playoffs, but he never got us to the promised land.
We need to tell the owners of the NFL that we'll host them on our podcast if they change the script for us.
So, have you
I
seen that?
believe if we tried to contact them, we're like, hey, we'll have you on the podcast. They'd be like, who the fuck are you?
Have you seen that about like it being scripted or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they said that for years, but there's like actual like people have been messing up about like advertisers. There was an advertisement on I want to say it was like Roku or something, and it said like get ready for the big game, Ravens versus Niners.
Yeah, they had something in Canada.
Yeah, and then there was another one for I want to say it was a Taco Bell ad or something,
Yeah.
and it was Ravens and Niners already, and they haven't even won the playoffs yet.
Yeah. And the colors for the Super Bowl this year are oddly Ravens and 49ers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would love to see the Chiefs go, and I'd love to see Detroit go, only because those. I mean, now, you guys are growing up like when the Chiefs are good,
Yeah.
I mean, for the longest, like, I don't make fun of like the Dallas Cowboy fans because I've been in their shoes like all through the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Like we weren't doing shit like at all. I
Yeah.
mean, we had a quarterback named Elvis. All right, and that was like our bastion of hope,
Yeah.
Elvis Garback. And I think he ended up going to the 49ers also, but yeah, so
I really want 49ers to at least make it to the Super Bowl. They don't have to win. I just want them to be in it.
well, if 49ers make it, I'm Colin's mom's gonna be jumping up and down.
Yeah. She is a Niners fan, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Only reason I ever watched the NFL was for the cheese dip.
No, that's completely accurate.
Well,
Every Super Bowl, Dad makes this amazing cheese dip, or at least most Super Bowls, and it is heaven sent. It is so good.
well, I used to watch it football religiously, and I just kind of fell out of watching it. And it wasn't because of any political thing or taking a knee thing or I really didn't care about any of that. People do what they want to do.
Yeah,
It just got to where it's like same reason I don't watch baseball, same reason I don't watch basketball anymore. It's like it's okay to take plays off. Like they're not like high school games. Like you guys are trying every play.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of like, yeah, okay, we're gonna try this one and this one, but then we're gonna,
Mhm.
it's like the NBA does that. Like the whole like GOAT debate between Michael Jordan and LeBron James. It's not even a conversation. Like I don't know how many plays I've seen LeBron take off. And I don't know how many flops I've seen him do
yeah,
throughout the course of his career. Like in the beginning of his career, there is a debate right there. Like, he is toe to toe with Michael Jordan, but in his later years, nah, he takes plays off.
After he did Looney Tunes and the Fortnite skin, he kind of went downhill.
I have yet to watch that Space Jam 2. Like I just can't bring myself to do it.
I did watch it. It is awful. It's as awful as everybody says it is. It's pretty bad.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen it either.
yeah. At least the Michael Jordan one was fun. It may have been Bill Murray though.
Yeah.
Bill Murray was in it. And Bill Murray's the man. I don't care what anybody says.
He's the GOAT.
In Space Jam 1, he was.
I always really liked my favorite actors whenever it came to like 80s, 90s movies. It was always like Robin Williams, Bill Murray. Well, I mean, off the top of my head, I guess that's all I can think of. But I'm a big, big Robin Williams fan, and you know that we talked about that before. But Robin Williams is like my whole life. I love that.
I think they need to make more Adam Sandler kind of movies.
Yeah,
Like the early 2000s Adam Sandler movies.
Happy Madison.
They are not allowed to make those kind of movies anymore.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they're canceled now, but
That's so stupid.
Yeah, right now you got to have a message with it.
Yeah.
There's got to be global warming in there, or you can reboot a movie. And if I'm really surprised right now because they're remaking a Roadhouse. Which they're basing it in Florida now, which I hate. By the way,
Dude, this is the only thing that Jasper ever had.
yeah, it's like why do you
based
got
in
to take the
Jasper, Florida.
one thing from us?
Good old Jasper, Missouri.
But anyway, so they're rebooting that movie, and I'm really surprised that they didn't like turn Dalton like how South Park would say, like make her female, make her gay.
Yeah.
like I mean, I'm really because every movie does that. I don't like the Ghostbusters movie. Like I know that was like controversial at one point.
The woman's one?
Yeah, to like talk about the female Ghostbuster movies in a bad light.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're a misogynist and all that. Like, no, it was a shitty movie. Like it was.
Yeah.
The jokes were horrible. The plot was horrible. The script was horrible. It wasn't the ladies' faults. They could have made a good movie. If they would have gave him a good script,
Yeah.
But
Something I thought was really funny, I think it was the Grammys, in the Barbie movie. Ken got nominated for a Grammy, but Barbie didn't. And the whole movie's about like women empowerment and them not getting treated equally and whatnot. And I thought that was really funny.
yeah, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with the equality and all that. Of course, everybody should be equal, but
Yeah.
sometimes not in the movies though. There's been some like you like the Barbie movie. I'm like watching it like, what is this for shit?
I like it for Ken though.
He had fake abs.
Yeah. He was way too old for the role, but I just really like Ryan Gosling.
Well, yeah, Ryan Gosling don't need fake abs.
Well, he's kind of slacking in the ab department now, but I can't say that.
Yeah, I got one big ab. Is what I got.
We're all in
I
the
got a
same.
6-pack of pudding cups.
If we were all in the same boat, the boat would sink.
Yeah, but like your end would be the last. Like if I was in the middle and Colby was on the front, like our two ends would go down first, and you'd be sitting up there in the air.
In the Titanic, you'd be the one that's sitting on the very, very top with the last part going down.
Sliding down the dock.
Yeah.
You're the only one of us that's in relatively decent shape.
Yeah.
And I'm not even in relatively decent shape either. I'm still like overweight.
Especially for an area, like you're doing pretty good.
I don't know, but I don't know. They've really fallen off with the movies that they've been making. Like no one wants to see the 18th Star Wars movie or the 50th Fast and Furious.
Hey, I do. Those are two of my favorite movie collections.
Well, not everyone's like you, Colby.
That's good.
They are not remaking, but they are doing another Star Wars movie with was her name Daisy Ridley?
Ray?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about the new ones is Ray. She just completely threw it all sideways.
Well,
Kylo Ren, that's a pretty good villain. I'll give him that. He's pretty cool.
I think she was supposed to be kind of like the new Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, she's supposed to be the new Luke.
Well, now like the new one coming out, like doesn't even reference anything Skywalker wise outside of her taking their last name. So like she's known as Rey Skywalker now.
Yeah, and she has no relation.
Right.
Which, I mean, that'd be kind of cool if they were able to figure out, like, if she has relation, like, make that into the story. That'd be interesting. But I just don't like her.
My great aunt's uncle's dog.
Her grandpa is Palpatine, if I remember right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
And whenever I said Kylo Ren was a good, decent villain, like, even Darth Maul beats him. I'm saying that now. I didn't find him as that bad. And Darth Maul, to me, is like one of the worst villains, and he still beats Kylo Ren. But Kylo Ren wasn't that
he
bad.
seemed like an upset child.
I mean, he basically was. He was like, what, in the story, he was like 20? 21?
I don't know what his age was in the movie.
I thought he was fairly young.
I don't know. I didn't really care for him that much. Like, I mean, he looked the part, but then it comes down to like all the other stuff, he acted just fine, it's just the script and all that shit. I just thought it was like a generic kind of, it wasn't a Darth Vader,
No, absolutely not.
You didn't fear him, you didn't like, there was no kids like laying awake at night worried that, Kylo Ren's coming for me and he's gonna throw a tantrum.
In the story, who was his parents? I know Han Solo and who's the mom?
I can't remember. It's been so long since I've.
It was Leia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, you need to go back and watch all these.
Yeah, I just stopped caring after the prequels because the prequels that was their peak. Prequels peaked.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've watched like any Star Wars movies. I used to be so into them. I used to have Star Wars decals on my wall.
Yeah, I remember that. You had the
Death Star,
and like a bunch of TIE fighters and X-wings and shit.
Yeah, I used to have a Darth Vader hoodie that zipped over my face.
Yeah,
with the mask.
Man, you guys had like such weird shit growing up.
Oh, we know.
Fidget spinners.
Remember the VTech? I mean, that was the company, but it's like a old video game system. And the controller looks like a cat paw.
Oh, the orange and blue.
Orange and purple. Yeah. And we had Lion King, Tarzan, and something else. But I remember we played the Lion King a lot.
Yeah. I remember, I think core memory was going over to Coulter's house playing SpongeBob on the PS3.
Me and Calder played on the PS2, if that's what you're talking about.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. SpongeBob like saves Bikini Bottom or something like that.
I'm talking about the Gloveland thing.
Oh, that's a different. Well, I don't know. I know the one me and Coulter played was on PS2, and that was like my first video game memory. Was that?
I remember going over there and playing the Amazing Spider-Man 3 video game on Coulter's PS3, and then just begging Mom and Adam for 2 years to buy it for me.
Yeah.
I gotta have it.
I remember the only Spider-Man game I ever played was like Spider-Man Into the Dimensions or something like that on the Xbox 360. And I barely played it because it was okay, but it was not that good. And then they came out with the one for the PS4, all three of them, the Spider-Man and then Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2. And those are some of my favorite games ever. They're so much fun.
You probably don't remember like your first actual video game experience.
What was it?
Was
it like some arcade shit?
It was World of Warcraft.
Really?
Yeah, because I would play it, and that's where the gamer tag Colston comes from.
Yeah, because Colby.
But so you would come up and you would bug me about wanting to play.
I knew I would like take your animals and stuff and like run around with them.
Yeah, but see, I taught you how to mine on there, and you go around and like collect these mining nodes and stuff. So mats, so you can make equipment and stuff like that.
Here, Colby,
And I'm like, oh well, this is how you play the game. This is what you do. And you would get in the chair, and I would give you the character and show you where the mount button is, and on the mini map where you can look for the gold coins, and that's where you go, and that's where you go and mine, and made it all exciting. And you went and done that for hours. I had so much mats.
You had so much equipment ready to build.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like Fortnite where like you can go and like do all your mats in like
I hit a tree and hit
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like this is like hours, and like, oh, I got 100. So
yeah,
That's the real reason he had kids.
yeah.
Cheap labor sweatshop.
child laborer laws, where are they at now? But
That was entertainment. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm sure I had so much fun.
I remember playing it one time. I remember going on there and like riding on not riding on a boat, but like climbing onto a boat or something like on this animal. And I was like a panda with a hat.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it was-
World of Warcraft did a Kung Fu Panda expansion.
I remember when that came out because you flipped out about it.
Yeah.
Because you were like, no way! And he had like the classic like straw hat
Mhm.
thing. And I vaguely remember that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I
thought it was really cool too.
wasn't getting any tail that year. So, it didn't take much to excite me.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
A panda in your game.
A new Kung Fu Panda could have came out. He would have been excited.
yeah, I mean, the game's still going. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's still got a hell of a following.
Yeah, I mean, I can't play it no more because, I mean, I like almost needed an intervention.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at one point, like I was working 8 hours during the day, then playing it about 8 hours at night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So,
I remember.
yeah, that's why I'm so like hard on you guys about like video games and
Yeah.
like don't let like you in there.
Most of the time, I don't like play video games whenever either I'm not doing anything, don't plan on doing anything, or I'm right about to go to bed.
So all the time.
Yeah.
The only time I really ever play video games is whenever somebody wants to play with me.
Yeah.
Like they text me and want me to hop on the game. That's about the only time I play games.
Yeah, half the time the controller's dead.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that. You're really bad about Jamie. You're really bad about your phone being dead.
Yeah.
I'm really bad about my controller being
My
dead.
phone's always dead. Like, I don't
What's your
even know
percent
why.
right now?
It's charged. It should be.
The charge is gonna be like 60%.
90.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right.
This is rare. Wow.
Yeah. Usually, yeah, like, hey, can you call somebody for me? Because my phone's at 4%.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it just died. Because which iPhone are you on right now?
The SE.
Yeah, the newer SE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not understand the whole iPhone craze.
Well, like, I don't know. Just the operating system's really nice.
I think they're like smoother than Android and stuff. But
Yeah.
like once your iPhone, like the reason that like you got to buy a new iPhone is because like whenever the new one comes out and you're like 4 generations behind, they'll like change the settings in your iPhone to make it run like crap.
Yeah.
and so
And they openly said that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think they got in a little bit of trouble for that, and then because they were doing it without telling people, and then after that,
but Samsung does the same thing.
Yeah, but
All the
Samsung's
big companies do.
not even Android anymore.
Yeah,
Android
they're
is
their own
just
breed.
like the $30 Walmart phones, my opinion.
Hey, don't make fun of my phone. Does everything I need.
Yeah.
No, I buy my phone from Walmart, and because I mean, in what I do, I've dropped that damn thing. I don't know how many times I've broken. I don't know how many phones. I got a whole drawer of them over there.
Dude,
Yeah, like your phone was a couple $1,000s. I don't know how much your phone was. Whatever it was,
Whenever it was brand new,
I'm still paying for it. I think.
No, I don't think so.
mine was like $300.
Yeah, the SE was pretty cheap when it came out. Whenever the iPhone 11 came out, which is what I'm on, I'm a little behind.
My phone's newer than Colby's.
It was like, yeah, Jamie's is one generation newer than mine, and whenever mine came out, it was $1,200.
Yeah,
And whenever his came out, it was like $400 or $500.
but see, if your phone works, then you're not behind.
Yeah, I don't have any cracks on the front glass or the back glass.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Neither do I.
Yeah, like my phone, like it goes as fast as I need it to do. I don't do as much. Like I don't know. Are you guys doing taxes on your phone, or
Like you can, but
yeah, but I mean, what's the point of like having this really cool operating system, for $1,000 whenever I can get the same thing for $100, from Walmart?
Well, because like whenever Fortnite and Apple finally clear the air, then boom, Fortnite will go.
Oh my
the
god!
reason I really like iPhone over Android is, of course, just how it operates. Like the operating system is really nice,
Mhm.
but also they have significantly better cameras and much better storage and processor. Like Samsung keeps up, but like the phones like that you have,
Mhm.
they just don't keep up. I've seen the pictures on your phone compared to my phone,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I have an iPhone.
Well, I understand the whole picture taking thing, but how many times do you take a picture a day?
Probably 300.
I don't take 300 a day. I probably take
Well, Snapchat.
yeah. I probably take
Snap people.
like 150 a day
Yeah. I've got.
because I group snap people most of the time.
Let me see how many photos I have in my gallery.
Oh my god!
I've got.
I think mine has a number posted on it as well. I have a few thousand.
I have a solid dozen.
I've got
Just pictures on your phone,
Yeah.
including
got-
screenshots.
Yeah, probably. I don't
Take your
screenshot.
screenshot, Dad.
Oh, well, shit.
I've got 67 or 6,700 pictures on my phone.
I've got 3,500 recents, 3,000 saved, 1,400 Snapchat.
Well, recents is the total. All those are just added together.
Oh.
But yeah,
That's crazy.
I got 6,700.
Yeah. You guys are definitely a different generation, that's for sure.
Well, we were the last generation to have our baby pictures taken on film.
Nah.
Everybody else past our generation is going to be on digital,
Yeah.
or has been on digital. Which I thought was really interesting. I thought that was kind of cool.
I still think it's weird that you guys don't know what it's like not to have internet.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we were younger, we didn't have internet.
Well, that's just because I was poor.
Well, I mean, we had, I guess, YouTube, but we weren't really invested until like 12, 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
Xbox 360, everybody else had live, and we had.
I remember one time I don't know how we did it, but we snuck into like a Modern Warfare 3 online lobby,
Yeah.
and we were just like, these guys are too good. Let's go back to 1v1.
Yeah, I feel like we went to like a friend's house,
I
or
can't
maybe
remember.
Coulter's house.
I think we like found a cord coming out of the wall and plugged in the Xbox to it.
I did do that. Actually, in this house, my current bedroom, whenever we lived here years ago, it had I don't know what the cord's called, but you screw it into the back of your box TV.
Mm-hmm.
Cable.
I guess
Just a coax cable, yeah.
Yeah, and none of you guys, I guess, knew it was there, and you guys weren't paying for it. And I plugged it in, and we had WWE,
Mm-hmm.
Nick at Night, not Nickelodeon, Nick at Night, And because that's the only way I ever got to experience the George Lopez in the middle of the night
Yeah.
was because of that cable. We had Nick at Night on it. But it was really cool. That's how we got into WWE pretty hard.
Yeah, I forget that I've been in this house almost 10 years.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I remember the first night of whenever we all moved in here.
Yeah.
I remember it was super cold, so I slept at the top of the staircase on that little square with
Yeah.
like 8 or 10 blankets.
Yeah.
I remember, I think JoJo was inside for like a day or like 2
Yeah.
days.
Because it was super cold.
And
Yeah.
like she was sleeping next to me on the floor.
Yeah. Yeah. God, I miss that dog.
Such a good dog.
Yeah.
But you wanted to bring something up today.
Oh, the Scientology thing I watched?
Yes. You've been bringing, like, very vaguely bringing this up, and I want to know what you got.
Well, I mean, I don't have a whole lot on it. I mean, I didn't pay that close attention to it. I just thought it was interesting, because it was just something that came across my YouTube feed.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. So, but basically, from what I seen, it was this guy that founded it, something Hubbard or whatever. I mean, anybody listening, I would suggest that you go watch your own documentary on it, because don't take what I have as, gospel. But anyway, so this guy, last name was like Hubbard or something like that. L. Ron Hubbard. And he made this Scientology religion. And he just so happened to be a failed science fiction writer.
Yeah.
So, and like their whole, like, off in some other galaxy, there was this alien overlord named Zuthron or something like that.
Yeah.
And he captured these aliens and brought them here and shoved them down in a volcano. And that's what we all are, basically, is alien spirits. And they found host bodies here on Earth, and that's what we all are. So if you go to a Scientology center and you pay a nominal fee, and I'm talking like thousands of dollars to get audited, and you got to hold this like electron thing. It's electron reader or emitter or something like that. It's got a little gauge on it, and they'll like ask you these questions and stuff like that, and they'll help you get through all these emotion things that you have in you. And like, you should really not like Scientology, because their main nemesis is psychology.
Oh,
Yeah, they think that
because I'm a big psychology buff.
Yeah, but they think that psychology and therapy is here to keep us from ascending to a higher plane. And
The
that
little bit
higher
of psychology I did, like for college,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah, I mean, it's not part of it, but anyway, so you keep on paying this money. The more money you pay and the more audits you do, the higher you get up in tier. And as soon as you get to this tier, then you learn this locked away knowledge that nobody else can know. Because if we found out what Scientology knew, then our minds would literally be blown. Like, we would die from the knowledge of what he had from the science fiction writer.
Our host body brains aren't big enough.
Yeah, we're not prepared
Understand that.
for the secrets of the universe, and like, we can gain powers. And if once you pay enough money, and I'm talking like hundreds upon thousands, like $100,000s of dollars, right? Eventually you can get up to a tier to where you don't get sick no more. You don't get cancer. You don't get nothing. You are a perfect being at that point. You still got more tiers to go though. So keep that pocketbook open.
Wow.
So, oh yeah. And like, it's never ending. I'm like, kind of hard, and I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but like this
That's
was
really interesting.
yeah, like this started in like the 50s or 60s, something
Yeah.
like that. And like it grew to like a whole lot of popularity. And whenever Elrond died, this, I don't even know his name. I don't even want to say his name because I mean, he's kind of like the candy man, you say his name 3 times in the mirror.
Yeah.
But like his wife is supposedly missing. Nobody's seen her, but there's nobody, I
He's
don't.
alive? Like a real person?
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like best buddies with Tom Cruise, or he was. Like Tom Cruise, I think has stepped away from Scientology.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I knew he was a part of it. I haven't heard about.
Yeah, like that's just something I heard. I don't know for sure if he did or not.
Might
But
explain those live stunts.
right, but yeah, like with Tom Cruise, like they helped him. Like so, he was married. He had his first wife who was in Scientology, right, and she kind of led him to it
Mm-hmm.
because he was born Catholic, and she led him to it. So he joined that, and then he met Nicole Kidman on a movie, and he really liked her. This is all supposedly.
Yeah, this could be all
Yeah.
filtered with press or whatever.
Yeah, this is just on that documentary that I watched, and so the Scientology church helped them get divorced because she was a devout Scientologist. So they went up and said, "Hey, Tom's going to divorce you, and you're not going to say shit about it."
I feel like I heard about that.
Right. So she's like, all right, because she's in the religion, so you do what you're told. Like this religion has a jail. Like,
Yeah, it's very
What?
cult-like from what
oh
I've heard.
yeah. Like you don't get paid no money to like work with they have
It
this.
seems very cult-like for sure.
Yeah. Well, Australia classified it and several other countries classified it as a cult.
Really.
Yeah. Like, we're like one of the few that actually consider it like classified as a religion. So they have a tax-free exempt status.
Huh.
So, which is like basically the whole reason why he made this, because he tried to be a self-help guru at one time. Elrond did,
Yeah.
and he failed at that. And then he's all like, "Yeah, better church though." So that's how that started. But anyway, so he met Nicole Kidman, divorced his first wife, got with her, then was with her for a while. They were worried about him being with Nicole Kidman because she was a Catholic
Mhm.
and her dad was a psychologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they classified her as, I don't remember what the classification was, but it was like you got to watch out for them, like
Yeah.
be secretive,
Like they bad
stuff
news
like
bears.
that.
A watch list.
Yeah, basically, and but she never messed with him. Like she let him do a Scientology deal. She wasn't into it. They adopted a couple kids together. The kids stayed with Tom after him and Nicole divorced because Tom met Penelope Cruz and wanted to be with her.
Yeah.
And so him and Nicole got divorced. He went over Penelope, but the kids chose to live with Tom and be in the Scientology deal. And then after the thing with Penelope broke up, they had like this whole like audition deal to where like they're auditioning all like Scientology actresses and stuff like that. So, yeah, I just kind of kept going like that. You guys are doing sign language and shit. I'm like,
Well,
what the heck?
he's moving around, and
I
it's
stood up because I was sitting on this wooden stool.
all right.
Yeah.
My butt was going numb.
But anyway, yeah.
So anyway, get off the Tom Cruise part of it because I mean he's not even like the freaky part of it. It's just,
Yeah.
like there's people that have gone missing. They're like they have this thing called I think they called it the hole, and like if you were like talking that you can't talk negative about the church. If you did, then you got put in. They had these 2 double wide trailers on their compound, and they would put you in there, and you would just be there, and like you couldn't leave. You're in prison. There's bars on the windows, guards at the
Wow.
front door.
What the?
Yeah, like one like high-ranking official in the Scientology community got thrown in there because the guy that took over for Elron, which that was its whole other deal too. Like he just kind of forced his way into doing it,
Yeah.
and he started changing things. And she's all like, "No, we need to keep with what Elron wanted us to do." And so he got her and a bunch of other people that felt the same way, threw them in these double wide trailers and kept them there for a couple months, I think, something like that.
It's crazy.
Until they signed this paper, this like, what is that thing that YouTube people always sign? Because they got content.
Non-disclosure.
Yeah, an NDR.
NDA.
Yeah. And, well, she went ahead and signed one, and then she broke it because she started, sending out letters and stuff like that to the Scientology community. So the Church of Scientology tried to sue her, which that church is very sue happy. I mean, they could sue us just for talking about it, but try to get blood from a turnip fuckers like why not? Yeah, I mean, bring it. I mean, what are you going to get? $1.95? But anyway, so
You might take our Furby collection.
they tried, yeah, they tried to sue her. And so she's like, "Oh, okay," because like nobody from the church like has ever taken the witness stand against the church, and so she did. And they started talking about all the things that happened. Like this guy that like took over for Elron, like he would like smack the shit out of people, he would intimidate people, he would like choke people and shit, supposedly. And so she got on the stand, and they had 1 day of testimony, and the Scientology pulled the lawsuit
Mhm.
and settled with her out of court.
Huh.
And, like they have billions of dollars because everybody's paying all their money. There's horror stories of people like putting a double mortgage on their home.
Wow.
Taking that money and
Yeah, they take your credit card information and they'll make charges for the church without your knowledge on your credit card.
That's wild.
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah,
I think I'm going to look more into this after.
you really should. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. I mean, if you go to join that, I'm gonna like Nancy Kerrigan you in the knee, but
Yeah, it's a lot more intense
No,
than passing the pan around the church.
yeah,
I won't be joining nothing. But I do want to learn about it.
yeah, it's a great story. Like it's so interesting to listen to, especially whenever you listen to somebody that has really researched it and shows all the facts of it and everything. But yeah, like this, they have this Sea Org thing, which is basically their quote unquote Navy.
Yeah.
Like they have uniforms and everything, right? And they'll have adults and they'll also have kids sign a 1 billion year contract to be in the Sea Org.
What?
1 billion year. And if you sign up for it, you get room and board. And I think you get an allowance of like $50 a week, something like that,
For 1 billion years.
for 1 billion years. And you have to like be on their boats and stuff because they have yachts and stuff. Because Elron spent the last of his life running from tax evasion stuff. Like
Yeah.
he would stay out on these boats in international waters and stuff, so nobody could get to him. So that's pretty much why he made the Sea Org. But yeah, you'd have all these kids like doing all the work on your ship and stuff. There's child labor stuff there. I mean,
That's crazy.
that's basically child trafficking because you're having these kids sign contracts that they're not of age to sign, and
Yeah.
you're taking them from their parents where they have no knowledge of where the kids have gone. Like if you guys signed that shit and I didn't know where you were, I'd be out there in a fucking ducky paddle boat. like where are you at? But
You need to chip us like dogs, especially homie.
yeah. So I think I'm just gonna stick with Methodist myself.
Oh, man. Yeah, I want to look into more of that.
Yeah. So you were Jamie, you were wanting to do a like a video game channel.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that. I've always done that just for like fun and stuff.
Right.
But I think it would be a lot more funny if it was multiple people doing it.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how much
Putting it
I'll
all
be a part
together.
of it, but I think it'll be, if you guys do it, it'll be more of a
we mocked together some top secret ideas.
Yeah.
classified knowledge.
Yeah.
You got any particular games you're wanting to?
I remember you were talking about the Division on there. That one sounds really funny to
Yeah.
record and do stuff on. And then
If people have recommendations listening that they would want to see, go ahead and
Yeah.
comment it on this episode.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to see people's comments on that.
But like no battle royale, like no Fortnite and no
yeah.
PUBG
I am retired from Fortnite still.
from your one game.
I average third place
In
So,
your one game. All right.
Third place average.
Yeah,
Number one in the world.
that's right. So, but yeah, if anybody has any games that they think that we should play, because the idea of doing it is basically just you and me playing around, not doing role play or anything, but you and me just playing the game and talking shit, right?
Yeah. And then like every once in a while do little bits that kind of blend in with us,
Yeah.
what we're doing in the game and what we're talking about and stuff.
Have you guys thought about a name for it yet?
No clue.
I know, Dad, you've thought about it a little bit.
Yeah, I thought about it a little bit. I don't want to say it so that way. No, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think any of the 50 subscribers, which thanks by the way, I don't think any of the 50 would go and
And that's 50 combined, by the way. If anybody goes and checks our YouTube thing,
yeah,
it's only like 21, but combined it with Spotify, yeah.
yeah. I'm being generous. I think it's like 47 actually. Something like that.
It's around 50. It's
Yeah,
close.
like
But at 100, we get better mics. So
I know. I think it's just
Recruit your
47
people.
people that are trying to get me to spend more money.
we'll recruit your people,
I think
because we want more mics, better ones.
I think you need to clip some of the funny audio out of the podcasts and put like someone playing GTA in the background and posting on TikTok with subtitles.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Million subscribers. That easy.
Yeah, but
We have to have funny moments, though.
Yeah, I know. I think the only funny moment I had on this whole thing was like, yeah, but what if you had 8 fingers?
People have brought that up so much.
I know.
And there was one person that brought up you talking about, what was it? Italian Thor?
Oh yeah, yeah.
There was one that would not let that one go. She thought it was hilarious.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. No. I seen him a couple more times since I went back to the gym.
Oh, like one more time you went?
Twice.
I'm just kidding.
I'm on schedule. So I kind of broke it at the end of the week. Yeah.
But hey, as long as you still go.
Yeah. I'm going today.
Yeah.
Everyone needs a recovery day.
We'll wear a hat.
Oh, fuck you.
You can get them a shiesty.
Yeah. Who's shiesty over here?
Yeah, I don't need to be wearing a beanie while I'm trying to work out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pull off that whole prison yard vibe.
You look like a salt and pepper Marshall Mathers.
I'm not wearing a sleeveless shirt there.
Yeah, I'm a seasoned M&M. Is that what you're telling me?
Basically, yeah.
Don't be mad because my hair looks good. It doesn't look good, by the way.
No, we're gonna have to fix it after this, actually.
I still tipped her.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
Just like Colby did that truck.
What?
That one truck.
Oh, hey.
What?
The red truck when I tipped the fucking
Oh my god. Yeah.
I was just talking about that to James yesterday.
Yeah. Whenever. So Colby was.
I was 15 years old.
Yeah. It's kind of my fault.
I had nothing but a permit, and I was driving just with a friend, not very legally.
Permit and a dream.
Well, every time we go on a dirt road, I'd always like fishtail, and whatnot. I don't know, because you guys like doing it. And
Yeah.
Then you tried to do it. You called
Hey,
me.
I had done it several times before and several times after, and it was
Uh-huh.
very successful.
Uh-huh.
But this one time, we just sent her a little too fucking hard.
Yeah. Well, because you call me, you tell me you're like, oh, I'm in the ditch. And I'm like, okay. And then I go to where you are. And I come around the curve, and there's the truck laying on its side.
Yeah.
You know,
Perfect skill.
I had never been so scared in my life. Like, I had wrecked several things.
Yeah.
And wasn't as scared as I was whenever I ran in that curve. Like, oh my God, you know.
Yeah. And I remember being 15 and wrecking the one truck that was like ever important in my life. And I was sitting there bawling my eyes out.
Yeah.
Like my arm hurt and like my shoulder was messed up, but I was not in pain at all. I was just bawling because like that truck meant so much to me.
Yeah, the memories associated with it,
Yeah.
especially for all three of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just absolutely wrecking the piss out of it.
And then at the end of the day, it's all just possessions and stuff. I'm sentimental, but
My favorite part of that, which is hard to have a favorite moment in there,
Yeah.
but whenever we took your friend home,
Yeah.
and I'd never met her mom or anything, and you know, I take you both up on the porch and everything, and she comes to the door, and I have you explain what happened.
Yeah.
You know, because I think it's important that you got to man up to your mistakes. You know? And we walk back to the truck, and like he is like scared to death on this. You know, like because now there's no witnesses. You know, so he doesn't know what I'm going to do. He thinks I'm getting ready to flip out, or
And at the time, there was a very flip out common thing. So I was like,
yeah. So we get in the truck and everything, and he's just sitting there, and I was like, well, I'm disappointed. And he goes, because I wrecked the truck. I was like, no, because you didn't tell me that your friend's mom was so fucking hot. My God. And he's all like, what? I was like, I mean, you could have told me, like, warned me. I could have, like, worn a better shirt, you know, done a sit up or two. And we drove home and like, because, we talked about it, mistakes happen. This is why it happened. You shouldn't do that and this, that, and the other. So, and everything was fine. But yeah, the look on your face of like, oh my God, he's going to kill me. Like, hey, why didn't you tell me, bro?
And that friend that was with me, they were supposed to wear neck brace because they had like pulled something in their neck. Like their neck was messed
strained
up.
a muscle or
Yeah. They're supposed to wear a neck brace. And they wore it, I think, one day to school. And then after that, just didn't wear it. Outside of the public. She wore it at home, but she would not wear it at all just because it looked ugly. Like, but your neck it didn't matter.
I think that's a girl thing. Like,
and what's funny is she doesn't listen to this, so I'll just tell her what we said.
I
Right?
think we should. If I was her, I would have like colored it or something.
Yeah. Well, she was the only one that got like actually kind of injured. Like she had something wrong with her neck, and she didn't shed a tear. She was fine.
Yeah.
Over here, just be the guy. I'm bawling my eyes out because I wrecked Daddy's
Don't
truck.
ever doubt a woman's threshold for pain.
Yeah.
They can handle so much more shit than we can.
Physically.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I mean,
Yeah, they were designed that way.
well, they like were like. You think I can wear leggings out in the middle of winter?
That's a good point.
-2 degrees, and I'll see girls out there, and like, oh, my arms are cold. I'm like, but your legs, like,
Yeah.
But anyway, so, but yeah, that was scary, and kind of a fun memory at the same time.
What was your red truck story, like Colby's?
Like what did I do in that truck?
No, what in that same kind of situation? Like, did that ever happen whenever you were younger? Like you?
Oh, when I was younger.
Yeah, like
So
Absolutely scared to death of your dad.
well, it was in my dad's Dodge. There's a pattern here, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Was it the one that had red on it too?
Yeah, the red and white.
Yeah.
Yep.
Red Dodges, man.
Well, I was driving in the snow because, like, back whenever I was younger, it actually snowed. Like, we get a couple feet instead of a couple inches.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so I was out there driving, and I was doing kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of cat-assing on the ice and everything, and did a whole 360 and then off in the ditch. I was like, oh shit, and but I knew the farmer up the road, so I walked up there. He got his tractor. He pulled me out, and then I drove home. Well, I'm not telling my dad nothing.
Yeah.
There's no damage on the truck, so he'll never know,
Mhm.
right? Well, my dad always had shit in the back of the bed, like, yeah. So whenever he went out there, he knew I'd done something because everything in the truck bed was on the right side of the truck. He's like, "You put it in the ditch, didn't you?" I was like, No. He's all like, everything in the bed is on the right of the truck. Like, I didn't put it there. Did you do that? I was like, I mean, kind of. So
Oh my
and then I
goodness.
eventually told him, and he told me I was an idiot. But
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's just kind of how he did. But
That's really funny. As soon as you said that he had stuff in the bed, I immediately knew.
yeah, no, we could do a whole podcast on like my wrecks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Was it the one where you the little chunk that got out of your ear?
Oh yeah, I was in a W9 Kenworth. No, no, luckily I didn't wreck that one. I think it was a Volvo. And like yeah, I know, right? But I mean, Volvos look ugly,
Yeah.
but like to drive them cross country,
Yeah.
they're some of the most comfortable trucks.
All right.
The sleepers are the best. Like yeah. I mean, I don't want to drive one because they're ugly.
Yeah.
But if I have to drive one, it ain't that bad.
You go pretty or comfort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
style over
Like at 42, I don't care about chicks coming up next to me and wanting me to honk the horn. At 42, I'm like, whatever. I just want to sit back and be comfy.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was driving one of those, and I was coming up somewhere down south or in the Arkansas line. I don't remember where. And I was coming up, and the trailer pulled to the right.
Mm-hmm.
So it pulled towards the ditch side, and the truck it was misaligned, so it kind of turned to the left. So I'm like fighting this going down this two lane, and I think I have it under control. Like I'm like 23 at the time,
Yeah.
and I think I have it under control. And then the trailer tires end up going off down the ditch as I'm coming up to where I need to turn. So I'm already kind of slowing down. I'm down to like 45 miles an hour at this time. And I see the trailer start to dip off, which has happened. It's not a big deal. You just kind of gradually go to the left, pull it out. I didn't have any oncoming traffic, so I'm like, fine. And I come pulling out, and the trailer ain't coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look to the right out the passenger window, and then I see the ass end of the trailer. So I'm in a full jackknife.
Wow.
But my inexperience, like I'm still turning the wheel to the left. Right? So
And even I know that was a bad move.
yeah. So, but because I'm like, you don't see that end of the trailer very often.
Yeah.
As you're going down the roads, I'm like, huh. And so I'm turning left, and the trailer keeps on coming, and then it catches on, I think, a culvert, and so the truck pretty much goes straight up in the air, like the nose
Yeah.
of the hood is pointing to the sky, and then it rotates over and lands right on top of the cab. And I wasn't wearing my seatbelt, and I smashed the dome light with my head and took off a little chunk of my ear.
Which something to add to that. I know you have, of course, the one chunk taken out of your ear now.
Mm,
And I was already born by this point, right?
no,
I wasn't.
nope.
So I don't know how. Like I don't know if it's just a coincidence or what, but where your little chunk of your ear's taken out,
Yeah,
you know this already, but I have the same chunk taken out of my ear
yeah.
on both ears. Like I don't know if that's just a coincidence of how I was born, but I have two chunks right in the same spot you have taken out of my ears from I don't know what, and I can feel it, and you can feel that there's a little hole missing.
Well, it's because I wanted this to look alike.
Oh
So
yeah,
I took
just
some
a hole
fingernail
punch.
clippers,
Oh.
and and took a chunk. I was like, "Wait, shit, that's the wrong ear." So then I had to go to the other ear,
Yeah.
and do it that way.
Really wanted you to look like an elf.
Basically, I do have really elfy ear because of this. Because that little chunk taken out, it makes the top of my ears point really hard.
I was really into Star Trek at the time.
Yeah.
No, I think the real reason was evolution. Was like, well, that chunk got in the way last time.
Yeah, I guess we'll just move it around.
But yeah, I mean, your mom was pregnant with you, I believe, at the time.
Hmm.
I think.
The telepathic ability.
Or no, you may have been. Yeah, I think you were born. Actually, now that I think about it.
I
Yeah,
definitely wasn't.
yeah, you
Mom
were.
was 20 when I was born.
Yeah, yeah, you were born. Yeah, you're barely, but
Yeah.
yeah, because I think your mom had just gotten back to work, and
Well, that's a really funny coincidence then.
yeah,
That's
that's who the hospital contacted
was
was your mom
yeah.
because she had to like come get me.
Yeah.
So
Was there any other injuries other than that, like bruised ribs? Or
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's countless.
yeah, I mean, I was sore. My back was messed up. It's still messed up actually because I mean, the guy I was working for, good guy, but um, really didn't have the insurance to cover a personal injury.
Yeah.
So I think he let me stay off work and gave me like, I don't know, I think it was like 200 a week,
Yeah.
for a little bit.
compensation.
Yeah, I mean, just enough to give me, to tie me over until I was like done enough to quit. So but yeah, I was down for about 6 months, I think, something like that.
Wow.
That was a rough time because like, I wrecked a truck, lost my job because he didn't have another truck for me to go into.
Yeah.
Then I got evicted
Yeah.
because no money, no rent.
Yeah.
I was actually renting from some friends, and they were worried that I was going to be mad at them. I mean, I can't be mad at them. They didn't buy that house to not make any money off of it.
Yeah. Which I think is the right thing. You shouldn't have been mad about it.
No, but yeah. So that wreck was fun. Like, yeah, I still feel it to this day. So
I'm still proud because I've never wrecked a car. I've never had any vehicle accidents.
better buy some wood to knock on. You got an expensive car to.
Yeah, like whenever Colby wrecked that truck, like oh, okay, well, it's the truck.
It wasn't the nicest thing. It had some problems, but I still cared about it way more than the actual value.
Yeah, but like
If somebody would have offered me 10 grand at 15 for that truck, I wouldn't have sold it. If I had it now and drove it, and somebody offered me 20 grand, I still wouldn't do it.
how much did you sell it for?
Well, it was just good for the motor and the transmission, so it was $500.
That's insane.
Yeah, there's nothing else that was worth a damn on it. The rims were all, or at least one side of the rims were, I don't know if they were cracked or just dented, but rims weren't good. Can't sell the rims. You probably could have sold the axles for something separate, but bed was screwed, cab was screwed. It was all messed up.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have saved a fender on the passenger side, and that would have been about it. Maybe the door.
That's a whole fender, bro.
Yeah. So, and I tried to get as much as I could for it, but nobody was serious enough to. The only serious person was $500. And
Well, I mean, that's 500 more than I thought you'd get out of it.
yeah, I mean,
You take what you
it's still had a damn good motor and a good transmission, and
Yeah, I mean, it was a good motor, but I mean, if they knew what I put that motor through and then you put the motor through,
yeah, they probably would have.
Did you save the feathers?
I lost the feathers in the wreck.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Did you get any of them back?
No, everything that was in the truck got through out the window, and everything in the bed got through all over the person's field. So I wish I would have thought about that, but I was more thinking about is that friend's neck broken?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
first immediate thing, after all that, she goes, "Oh, my neck hurts." Very first thing she says is my neck. So I'm immediately thinking,
Like,
"Oh, I just broke this bitch's neck. Is she gonna be okay?" Yada yada.
yeah, that's kind of like one of the more important parts of the body.
And then I just immediately thought, "Oh, Dad's gonna kill me." So I just wasn't thinking about the feathers.
Yeah. No, we should go out to the side of the wreck and see if there's still anything out there.
What's funny is since then, I'm pretty sure they fenced it off because they're like these motherfuckers.
We keep dumping their shit out here.
All right.
Well, I mean, you dumped everything in the bed and the truck, so I mean,
I think we picked up most of the stuff that was in the bed. I'm sure there was pieces of the truck laying around, but like all the grabbable stuff. Pretty sure we threw it back in the bed for the tow truck to bring it back.
One of these days, I'll fully explain those feathers.
They meant a lot. I wish I would have thought about it.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't need them anymore. So like it's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was I had those things forever.
It is, and I was like, what, 3?
Nah, before that,
Really?
Before you were born?
no,
Or before Colby was born?
got the first one. I don't know. He may have been like 6 months, 8 months, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've got my own feather collection now. Just like random, like I'll be going like whenever me and my friends go out in the woods and down the creeks and stuff. Every time we go out, I always find like a turkey feather or like a hawk feather or something. And every time I just like grab one and like I just have like probably 15 feathers in my room, like in this like a little rolled up belt, and I have the like end of the feather stuck into like the roll of the belt. It's like a little mount kind of thing.
I wish I would have actually like cared about feathers at some point. Like I cared about those ones in the truck because you cared about them.
yeah.
But outside of that, I've never really cared about feathers.
With me, like the feathers that I have, like whenever I go and look at them, like really like just sit down and look at all the different feathers I have. So like I can recognize them and know what memory is associated with them.
That's cool.
Like I found one at a football game, and that was the football game that Colin hurt his ankle in. So I was like basically just taking care of Colin.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I always held on to more like
football game,
personal stuff, like for Grandpa, his watch. That was a really big important thing to me. And then the first Grandpa I had that passed away, I kept his hat,
his phone,
and his phone, and his like a cane thing that we have memories from.
Yeah.
Which I still have. I did lose the hat because we went to a river at one point, and I didn't want to take it off because I was young. I was still attached to him. He had died fairly recently, and I never wanted to take it off, and so I wore it into the river, and it like fell off my head, and the river was moving too fast. I lost it.
Yeah.
And it destroyed. I was so upset.
Dude, rivers take so many things. Like, I remember we went to a river one time with Mom, and right before that, she bought me like a brand new pair of like Star Wars flip flops. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going to wear the flip flops in the river. Well, flip flops are made out of foam, and so they float.
Even the ones made of rubber, they float too.
They floated off my feet, started going down the stream. And I was like, I don't know how to swim. I was like, Mom, go get them. And she was like, nah. You wore them in the river.
Can I tell that story of whenever you almost drowned me?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so how old were I was maybe 10, 11, and you were like 8 or 9.
8 or 9, yeah.
And it was me, you, Dad, and Mom, right?
And your sister.
And my sister. We went to Stockton Lake.
Yeah, we do it all the time.
Yeah.
We used to.
And we weren't camping though. We were just
No, we were camping.
okay.
Yeah, it was my birthday. Like you guys almost gave me a birthday present. I never forget.
But me and Jamie were. I knew how to swim, kind of. Like I could hold myself like up, but I couldn't travel. And you could not swim at all yet.
Yeah,
and
like I probably knew how to swim. I just didn't know it yet.
Probably. And but I was walking with you, like on the ground part.
Yeah,
where it was you could still touch is what I'm meaning in the water, and we're walking side by side. We both come over this. No, I was in front of you.
Yeah, you were.
And I went over the little edge, and I could still swim. So I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then you were immediately behind me, and you fell off of it, and you were freaking out as you were drowning.
Like bobbing up and down.
Yeah, you were flipping out. And so I go over there to help you, and you used me as a damn boogie board. And you just fucking waterboarding the shit out of me. And I remember because I kept going underwater, and every time that I got a quick, maybe half a second above water, I was like, Dad, Mom, and trying to get words out. And so I didn't have any air because every time I got up, I was trying to exhale and scream. And immediately went down. I didn't have any air. And then some neighboring camper dude, like, I remember for me, the memory is he, like, was godly and just dove in like he was David Hasselhoff.
Like he ran and like swan dove into the river.
For me, that's what the memory is. I'm sure it was just some dude that seen us and was like, "Hey, come help."
That's pretty close.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, because me and your mom were up by the tent, a little ways away.
Yeah, I would say
you guys were sitting like on the bank, like looking at us swim or something.
I would say probably like 50 yards away.
No, we weren't that far away.
I mean, I was younger, but for me, it felt it was really far.
I remember looking over there. You guys were watching it, and then what was it? Mom was freaking out. Adam was just sitting like,
Yeah, I was playing my guitar. Like, I don't even think I missed a chord on that one.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, look at him go.
Look at them playing together.
That's cool.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
I think that's where my trust issue started.
If it came down to it in that moment, it was me or you, and it was gonna be me.
It was gonna be you.
The moment I walked off that ledge, it was cats on keyboard.
The guy was like David Hasselhoff, dove in and scooped us both up and took us where we could touch. And like I think we walked over, like I guess kind of swam over to Mom and Dad, and he like went with us. Was like, so these. Are everybody okay?
Are these yours? Do you want them back?
Yeah.
I can put them back.
Are we sure it wasn't Epstein?
Well, you're still here, so I assume so.
Thought it was Stockton. Could have been an island.
Yeah.
That's a really funny memory.
Yeah, that was an odd time. I almost drowned one time, but
This is gonna be our longest episode.
probably. But yeah,
It is.
I almost drowned one time. My dad had to save me because in Lamar at the park, they had like this stone walkway you could walk across the little river they have running through there.
Yeah.
And there was older kids, and somehow I got pushed, and it was probably my brother Jeremy, but I got pushed, hit my head, like went under the water. I don't remember anything outside of like just seeing my dad's pearl snap shirt all of a sudden underwater. And then he pulled me up out of the water and all that. He was completely drenched. Just some family deal, but
Yeah.
that was probably a few times he regretted. I should have just left him in there. But yeah. Hey, what was that thing you were talking about earlier about corn syrup or some shit?
I was looking into the stuff that's like in all the processed food and drinks and stuff, and I was like really looking into it and stuff, and I seen something about how fructose is really really bad for you and it can cause diabetes because your body like registers it as like normal sugar, and whenever it does that, it makes insulin to like bond with the sugar or something like that. I don't know the exact science, but it like bonds with the sugar, and that's what it's supposed to do. But instead of doing that, your body registers as an actual sugar and then raises your insulin, and the insulin doesn't have anywhere to go, and so it can either pull normal sugar out of your body or it just makes your insulin really high, and it can give you like diabetes and stuff.
That explains a lot.
I mean, good thing. I really don't have any fructose like in my diet.
Fructose is in everything.
Yeah, but
if you really looked at the labels, I bet you'd be like, oh shit.
Maybe
It's in.
But I don't drink soda. I mean, that's helping a lot.
Do you drink Sprite?
No, not anymore. I'll have a Sprite maybe every 2 months.
It's in every sweet tea other than the Milos or Milos, whatever it is.
Yeah, because we only drink Milos or at like cafes where they actually make the tea with sugar.
The Red Diamond has that in it?
I'm pretty sure it does.
I believe so.
Hell, I gotta get off that now.
You don't even drink Red Diamond.
I do at times. Like whenever, because so I quit drinking soda like during the day while I'm at work and stuff because
you double up when you're home.
Yeah, no, not too bad. Like
the guy with 2 rock stars sitting in front of him.
Well, I gotta stay awake for this shit. But when I'm at home, I'll drink soda or an energy drink. But I mean, whenever I was out working and stuff, because I'm driving a semi a lot of the time, I'm hitting it hard, like 2, 3, 44 ounce sodas.
Yeah.
And then I would buy 2 rock stars at a time and refill my cup
Yeah.
with it as I was going down the road. And I got to looking at it. I'm like, damn, like if soda was beer, then I would be labeled as an alcoholic. You know?
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
You'd be a raging alcoholic.
Oh yeah, I mean, I could hit a 24 pack easy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, ugh, God, and so I started not drinking as much of that.
Sugar. They're saying that like sugar is more addictive than like any drug.
I believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not because of nicotine, just because of like the dopamine it goes to your brain, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah.
Because you get sugar in your, like you drink something with sugar and you're like, oh, that feels
Like
so
your
good.
body
And then
just-
sends a little dopamine.
So used to it, and I don't know.
Well, some people have like an addictive personality. Like they just are subject to get addicted to stuff easily.
Like random stuff like
Yeah, I'm one of
cutting tile.
Yeah, I would say I'm one of them too.
like soda. I'm definitely addicted to.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft at a time. Addicted.
Yeah.
I get addicted to a lot of things. So, that's the main reason why I don't really fuck around with drugs or anything like that. So,
Good thing there's not too much meth in this town.
well,
There was that one house.
thanks, Chad, by the way.
Yeah, it's got support.
God almighty. I remember whenever Chad first came to town and everybody was like, oh my God, it's Chad. Like they hated him,
Yeah.
But, I didn't realize like how much meth we had, right?
Yeah.
And so he came in and just basically just started knocking the shit out of meth everywhere. Like just getting it kicked out of town. And
Bust after bust. And,
and people can argue his methods of how he does it. Because sometimes you're like, I don't know about that. But I mean, like my thing on Chad is like Chad can be an ass, but he's an ass to the people you want him to be an ass to. Like the crime went down, the thieving went down, the drugs went down, like everything's gone down. Right now he's got some. I don't even know who the TikToker is, but he's one of those auditor guys, that try to catch the cops slipping on something, and basically you're fishing for lawsuits, so that way you don't have to work or have a job, I guess. But
and as far as I know, this guy has done it for at least 2 years now, like targeting Chad, and has found nothing.
yeah, well, I mean, do I think that whole auditing thing is bad? No, I don't think it is. I mean, it can be annoying at times, but I mean, sure, everybody needs a little bit of overwatch on everything that they do,
Check up.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like,
I'm not down for fishing expeditions, just trying to get Chad on whatever they want to try to get him on. And in my opinion of him, I think he's a good cop. I think he's been good for the community, and I think he's done well. I mean, because one of the few things that people don't talk about, and I know,
And I completely agree, by the way.
yeah, and a lot of people don't talk about it because I know a few of the people that he has helped that were on drugs. They were on meth and they were doing really bad things.
Yeah.
And they're not on him no more because of him, and whether you agree with his methods or you don't agree with his methods, he's helped more than one person, but even if it was just one, I think it's worth it because he's not hurting nobody.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing and he's improving the town. So I appreciate him.
I initially really liked him. Like my first memories with him was because of football, because he used to be our football coach at one point.
Yeah.
And I immediately liked him from that point. And then I knew him as the cop, and
Right.
I mean, he was a great guy.
And like at the end of the day, someone had to do something because there was going to be a real problem in Jasper if no one did anything.
Yeah. It would have turned into another town.
It was getting pretty bad. Like, I mean, you guys don't really, you were so young, you didn't really notice.
Yeah.
But it was, because I worked for the city at the time whenever he first got here, and I remember finding a fanny pack on the road, like just down a block from one of the bus stops, where all the kids get on the bus and to go to school. And it was a little fanny pack, and I was all like, oh, one of the kids, maybe one of the kids was being a smart ass and like threw some kid's fanny pack out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like I open it up to try to find out whose it is. And I open it up and there's meth and syringes in there and a spoon.
Yeah.
That sounds like heroin.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a crack guy, So,
Yeah.
but we took it to the police station, and the rock like tested positive for methamphetamine.
Oh.
So, but it was just a block away from the bus stop. I mean,
Yeah.
Kids mess with that stuff. It'd be really easy for something bad to happen.
yeah. Well, when the kids get off the school bus in the afternoon, they're going to walk right by it. And so, if they were to happen to run across it, like, oh, what's this? And they poke themselves, and well, now you're looking at like HIV or Hep C or whatever the thing is. I mean, it may not be nothing, but some kid like, oh, well, let's try it. I seen a YouTube thing on it or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, me personally, if I was like a kid and I seen like a little bag, like a bag on the street, I'm like, oh, what's inside that? Like,
Well, I mean, we're pretty past our time here and starting to be a ruckus.
the dogs are getting a little loud.
yeah, they do that time to time. All right. Well, Jamie, it was good to have you on.
Yes,
we'll have you on again.
To be on here.
No, it's your last time. You're done.
But no, I appreciate you showing up and doing the outro and helping us with some of the software stuff, getting the mic set up. And I know they're not the best quality yet. Get off my ass. But
Get the subscribers up. We'll get new ones.
yeah, 50 more to go.
Make new Gmail accounts and go on our YouTube and subscribe.
And we'll try to work on that some ideas for that gaming channel you want to do.
Yeah.
Don't forget to comment and stuff.
Yeah, leave suggestions what you want to see and stuff.
And about the feedback and whatnot too.
I really wish I could do like that whole fake YouTube voice, like, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit this button here.
Yeah.
I hate those so much. That makes me not subscribe.
They used to hypnotize us when we were younger, but now it's just cringy.
Oh, you guys killed me on that whole YouTube thing. Like, you guys, like, every reaction was like a YouTube reaction. Yeah. So, anyway, that's maybe for next week to talk about.
Hopefully.
All right.